shines a light. Dustin's clicks keep the show tight. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source.
Hello, 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 everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Oh, you can't hear me. No, you can't actually. Sorry, the music threw me off. Hope you like the song and welcome to Borderline Banter. I'm your host, Mike, and pressing buttons, we have Dustin here. Dustin, how's it going?
I would like to say I mostly click.
Oh, yeah.
Press.
Well,
Yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah.
We were jamming out to the song before the show, so I hope
Yeah.
you guys were as well.
Yeah.
At least listening to it, you know.
Anyone in the chat, what did you guys think of the song? Be honest, let me know. I thought it was pretty good, so.
Thanks,
yeah.
DC.
Yeah.
I am fairly shaven,
Yeah,
you know.
me too, actually.
Kept it trimmed today.
But yeah, welcome. How was your last few days, Dustin?
I don't know. It was a pretty easy week. I feel like I didn't really do a whole lot of work at work. Just at work a lot.
Yeah.
Just did a lot of tow trucking, you know.
Yeah.
Pretty chill.
Thank
pretty
you.
Easy. I did do some crimes on Jebediah tonight. He did his first ever weed drug run and his first ever car chopping.
For the record, this is a video game. That's what it is. So, in case, just because YouTube might be like, "What are you talking about?" Because it is the first. It is the first 2 minutes of the show where we're not supposed to say things where we get in trouble. But but yeah.
I don't know if that applies to
us.
Everything. I don't know what it applies to.
Well, it sounds like a crime, right? You're like, this happens. It's like, it kind of sounds like a crime. Admission to crime.
You get a boat. Nobody gets a boat.
Yeah. But yeah, that's your title today. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I actually
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't actually see a boat story today, so I don't know if there's. You're gonna have to wait a little while to actually hear that story.
Actually, yeah, it is actually
buried tonight.
You know what? If you want, we can go right to it. It is the second last story. We can start with that one. Let's start with it. It is the second last story.
All right. I mean,
just do
today
it.
The news was kind of meh, anyways. So
yeah. Well, we got some interesting stuff. So
this is a Canada story.
Yeah.
Sorry, America.
From the CBC, Tim Hortons says technical heirs falsely told people they want a $55,000 boat and roll up the rim promotion. Now, for everyone who doesn't know roll up the rim, what roll up the rim is back in the day, and I'm talking about 4 years ago plus, like past, you'd get a coffee, and after that you'd roll up the rim. It'd be a little like the lip, right? And like, you want a free coffee, you want a free donut. They have cars, they have other stuff, right? They want digital. Everything's digital nowadays, right? And yeah, I don't do that digital stuff because I think it's all rigged anyway. But yeah, so Tim Hortons told people they want a boat, but they didn't want a boat. Coffee chain sent email to participators Wednesday apologizing for the error. I saw a tweet from one guy like, I want a boat, I'm so happy. Tim Hortons responded to the tweet saying that there was an error. He was like, are you kidding me? What? He was like, are you joking? What is it? He was like, who can I talk to? Yeah, so it was pretty. I'd be pretty pissed off, wouldn't you? You know, you get an email from an official email from a company saying you want a boat. But yeah, let's see what else this story says.
I mean, I do wonder what a $55,000 boat looks like.
It's just a speedboat, right?
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, I guess it would be. A lot of the money's in the engine.
Yeah. So, and it's Canada.
Is this
right?
it? This was the.
Yeah, that's the old back. That's what the cups still look like. But back in the day, you see that arrow? That's where the rim would be. So you'd roll it up, and you'd either win or not. But they used a good excuse to get rid of it. They said COVID was the reason. They were planning well before COVID to do it. They just had the opportunity to do it then. Because now they can digitally put the stuff in other than on paper, right?
Right.
But yeah, so...
And then, of course, like with everything in Canada, you have to put it in French or whatever.
Yes, so yeah. The roll de rim to print, Gangania. I don't know French, so... I'm not Canadian. I don't know French. Yeah. Gagner.
You never pronounce the final.
You don't have to be ignorant. You're not. That's not Canadian French for the. That's Paris French. Gagner, like that's what you did. But let's not.
Well, no, I mean
insult
I've
the
taken
French.
2 years of French.
Yeah.
You don't pronounce a final.
Yes, but not Canadian French. Canadian
Well,
French is different.
Canadians are doing it wrong, and I'm just going to educate
You guys don't even
all.
speak English right, and you're telling us we do it
Look,
wrong.
we actually
Come
do,
on.
and it's the people
No,
in
you
UK
don't.
who are the
Come
bruv.
on. So,
Bruv
anyway,
isn't even
let's
a
keep
word.
rolling.
Okay,
Yeah.
so while we're done the lessons, bruv, is a wagging finger. All right.
Yeah.
Technical errors behind him.
When they want a boat, it's part of their. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, all right.
So, take it away.
Technical error by Tim Hortons led coffee drinkers across Canada to falsely believe they had won $55,000 boat as part of the franchise's roll up to win promotion. It's unclear how many people were impacted, but the chain told CBC Hamilton in an email it was an quote unfortunate error, and some customers were sent an email with incorrect information. Now, if they send it to you, don't you win? Like that dude who got the Pepsi thing. He wanted his.
I don't know. There's
like,
no. I don't know exactly, but Tim Hortons just finished a lawsuit about this because something like this happened before. And yeah, I don't know. I heard about that. And then the guy in, like, yeah, he might not get. They might not all get a $55,000 boat, but they'll get a payout for sure. There'll definitely be a class action lawsuit for this because they did send the email and they said you won. You can't just do that. So they're just hoping people would say, forget it. I'd hope that every single one of them gets a lawyer, gets the same lawyer, class action lawsuit.
I mean,
so
in theory, I want my boat.
Yeah.
All right. So Darren Stewart Jones of Hamilton said he opened an email on Wednesday morning from Tim Hortons that recapped all the prizes he won this year, and it included one he didn't recognize. So this dude won a bunch of stuff. Weird.
Yeah.
Well, 2024 Tracker Targa 18 WT boat and trailer. Sales for.
See, there you go. That makes more sense now, doesn't it? So
39,000.
Yeah, 40K.
US,
Yeah,
but I
so-
guess that's 55,000.
yeah.
The only one available. So they only had one to give away.
Yeah,
So, I guess
so-
that was part of the problem.
And that's the thing. That one thing I don't like about digital stuff like that is like they definitely can control. Like, yeah, when they get a cup, they can send where it is, but it's still hopefully gonna be random who it goes to, right? In this way, they know exactly who they can give it to, you know?
Right. I mean, you can go look at the sent mail.
Yeah. Hey,
Right?
Avery.
I mean,
So
are we just gonna pretend we can't see sent mail?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, we are.
But yeah, that's I hope that. Yeah, but that's I don't know the technical error. I thought, wow, this could be really awesome. He told CBC News in a phone interview.
I
But
don't
it's
know that that's what I would say if I won. So I'd be like, "Sick, I won." What do you mean this could be?
but his initial bursts of excitement turned into questions as he scrolled through his emails to find out when he won the boat. He said he always receives email after winning prizes. And yeah, so you buy one coffee and you buy 3 coffees a day. You get many spins, right? Not spins,
Isn't
but
that what it
rolls,
looks like?
right? Yeah, I guess so. Congratulations on winning. That's what it says. It says you won. Congratulations on
it literally says,
winning.
Congratulations on
Like,
winning.
hey.
And then this is it. This is
Yeah.
what that boat looks like.
Yeah.
Nice boat.
So, and Bass Pro's being taken down with it. Uh-oh.
4-seater.
Yeah.
Although I don't know that I'd want to be on this seat. I don't know.
So-
Where do you sit if you're in this boat?
Steering
Where are we
wheel.
putting you?
I'm driving.
With the behind the window here?
Yeah. So
Yeah, like who wants to be here? This is gotta suck too.
I don't know. It's
I'm
fun.
right there
Yeah.
in the co-pilot. We'll be here. We'll put DC up front and Tammy here on her
Okay.
throne.
But yeah, let's see what
Painted
else this
purple.
is. But,
Okay, so within an hour, he got a call from a friend in Brampton, Ontario, who
Oh.
said she also won. a
Aw.
boat. That's when I clued in and thought, this is a huge mess up.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I went from being a winner to a loser.
Yeah. See that?
Chris Reddick from
Honestly,
Hamilton.
see,
This
but
is a
that
third person.
that's a see. Honestly, that's for me. If I won something like that, I'd be like, I'd be very skeptical anyway. Like if I ever scan my ticket and it says I won, I'm like, okay, I'm dreaming. This isn't real.
Right.
This is fake. There's no, I didn't. There's no fucking way, right? But then you get your hopes up because every time I have in the past, I end up not winning or But usually it's my fault because I read the ticket wrong, not because I got sent an email saying I won.
Right.
Um.
So hey, look,
Yeah,
participants considering lawsuit, so they are actually thinking about that.
Yeah.
So
So
Lana Ohoski Hamilton said she received the email and spent part of the day on hold waiting for an answer from Tim Hortons.
yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you know how that gets. You get trapped on those like
Yeah.
transfer you to transfer you to transfer.
And the
you.
crappy music they
Yeah.
play that you barely that's so spotty and you don't know what
And
it
they just
actually
make up
sounded
a
is,
number
yeah.
of people in front of you. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Accountant. I
With
know
the
you're an
how
accountant.
tight things are nowadays, I got punched. She said in a message to CBC. A lot of people, myself included, thought they won something of potential life-changing value, and it's
True.
true.
I mean, you could just sell this
Yeah,
boat. And
actually,
that
no.
would be
You
a
can
big
actually
deal.
see in Canada. You can actually take it. You can take the cash prize. That's what they do.
Exactly. There.
They'll give you the
'Cause in
cash
a
prize.
lot of
right?
people's cases, the boat,
Because,
you know,
like, first, some people, like, if you're in Saskatchewan, I guess, yeah, but, like, if you're in the Saskatchewan, you probably don't really want a boat because you have to
Yeah.
go far to use a boat, right? You don't, so,
exactly. I mean, I got
Yeah.
a few coworkers who I know would love that.
yeah.
But
But, yeah,
then
I would
the
sell
vast
it.
majority of people I know would be like,
Actually, I would
don't
sell.
need a
I'd take the
boat.
cash and I'd pay off my debt. Boom. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be
Like, I
life
would
changing
probably
for me.
just sell it. I'd sell it and get
It
something
would
cooler.
be, you wouldn't even have to sell it. Like I said, you just take the cash.
Or I'd take the cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd take the cash and go buy, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Pay off. I would pay off my debt, you know, boom. And then boom, and have
a
lots to spare.
camping SUV thing.
So Tim Hortons sent
Yep.
customers an email with instructions to disregard the recap email they received saying technical errors may have allowed some prizes they didn't win end up in recap email. We apologize for the frustration and the cause of and not for living up to high standards of providing external guest experience. So yeah, they're like, oops, our bad. But now I get what they're gonna say is like, yeah, that was
Is Tim Hortons good? Have you been to one?
no, they're shit. They went so far
So
downhill.
this is
No
bullshit, this
offense,
exceptional
but they
guest
used to be
experience?
Canadian. They used to be Canadian. Then they got bought out by Burger King, an American franchise, and ever since then, it gone to shit. So the Americans fucked it up. And I'm not even sugarcoating that. Tim Hortons was once a great company, and it just went downhill in the last 15 years. But maybe that's just because I'm getting old and grumpy. But anyway, it used to be good, but no, not lately. It's been pretty bad lately. And I'm pretty sure Tim Hortons just went through a lawsuit with this.
Well, that sucks. Because they're about to have another one. Oh. Oh, no. That's an upset Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Darren Stewart Jones, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, go up for a second. Wait. Okay, never mind. I was like, I think I've worked with that guy before, but no. Okay, go down. Wouldn't that be weird? You know, just like,
I know
hey.
that dude.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
All the Canadians kind of know each.
Yeah.
All right, so on Wednesday afternoon, a Facebook group formed with over 200 people expressing outrage about the mistake and threatening to file lawsuits.
No, the only reason I can see they're not going to win is because they never got an email when they won, and they never ever actually got an email. That was just a recap of what they won. They never got an official email saying they won that boat. But I guess it did say, but I don't know. Maybe, but it did
Well,
say.
I mean, you saw the picture.
Yeah, I
That
saw.
picture was
But
in
was
the
that
email.
actually? That's something
Oh,
that
look,
their lawyers
I want my boat. They're literally doing the thing.
I want
like
my
that.
elephant. I want my elephant. That's a Simpsons reference, like from the early Simpsons. When
For I want my boat.
Do you remember?
We know it.
Do you remember when Bart? Like exactly, the Simpsons did it. Remember when Bart called in? They're like, if you call number 9, you get an elephant. And he was caller number 9, and they're like, there's no elephant. He's like, I want my elephant. They ended up having to give him an elephant because they lost because he took him to court. He's like, I want my elephant, and they had to give him Stompy. But then Stompy destroyed everything, and
Oh yeah, I do kind
So
of
remember
that one.
Stompy? Yeah.
Yeah, now
So-
you say Stompy. That
Yeah, that gonna take me a second.
Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. It's been so long since I've watched. Literally, only when I was a kid. Baby.
I remember a lot of weird things. But yeah.
Of all the shows I binge watched,
Yeah.
the whole entire seasons of that was.
Yeah.
I did King of the Hill.
Yeah, I watch King of the Hill once in a while.
No,
All right.
not taking this as an answer. 2 words, class action.
They can try. I'm sure a lawyer will try still. It's worth it. It was not. It would be definitely be worth it.
Oh, this is this the one you were talking about just over a year ago?
Yeah.
Mistakenly informed users they'd won $10,000. Is this the previous?
I guess so.
lawsuit they had?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Either way, they're saying it's a repeated pattern of behavior, or simply saying it's a technical issue. Just Joe, Tim Hortons didn't do its due diligence.
No.
Yeah, that's a bad look when
Yeah.
you literally had the same whoopsie before.
Yeah.
not
Just
that
a
long
year ago. Yeah.
Just over
So-
a year.
No, exactly a year ago, probably because this is rub the rims once a year. So
I'm just using
But-
their wording.
yeah,
to
I'm
say
just saying, yeah.
over, but whatever that was,
So
it doesn't exclude them from the harm they've caused.
no,
Well,
that's true.
yeah, that's true.
Like you get
If
excited.
people
You
went out and made like decisions based on what they thought.
like I don't know if this ever actually happened, but like I saw it was a joke. I'm pretty sure it was a joke. But they went to this guy's house with a check saying, "You won the home lottery, like $10 million." And he calls his boss, says, "I fucking quit." And they're like, Sir, this is just a prank. Sorry, you should have quit your job. He's like, and I don't think that's real. But it might have been.
Late if you already did
It might have been, and then, but I don't
Yeah.
know. So
I mean, this isn't that amount of money.
no, but it doesn't matter.
Still.
You literally just told people, and it says you can take the cash prize. So these people think they won $50,000. It's not that. Unfortunately, it's not that much money. But Canadians are struggling right now. But that can take somebody, give them quite a bit. You know what I mean? So
I mean, you could decide to do a vacation.
Yeah.
Like right away, because like your work requires you to do it at a certain time. Like,
Yeah.
Now's a good time, and I just won $40,000 or
Yeah.
$50,000. I'm gonna take that week vacation, and we're gonna go take an expensive trip because I've got that
Yeah.
money to count on. And then you find out you don't have that money to count on, and you really didn't have the finances to do that trip.
yeah, well, like I'd hope you'd
Like-
wait more than 3 hours to go and buy tickets out of the country, but you never know. All right.
Some people look at their emails and just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. People get scammed and stuff. So it's kind of the same thing where
I guess. Yeah. They're like, I guess you're right. So.
you just get like the deer in the headlights, like I'm a winner.
Yeah. Exactly.
And this isn't a crazy amount, so you actually think, yeah, this could be real. I mean,
So yeah, we'll see what
somebody
happens. I
emails you and
guess.
says you've just got $3 million. It's like, you sure? I didn't play the lottery.
Yeah. I don't. But yeah, you win. I don't even open those.
Some dude from associate professor of marketing at Dalhousie University.
Dalhousie,
Some dude says
Dalhousie,
coffee
yeah.
chains terms and conditions likely protect.
Exactly
PlayStation.
right. So.
Great, some guy
Yeah.
Hamed.
Abnakanin. Yeah, I don't know. How about that? Yeah. Adkine? Is it can at the end? I don't know. Kane? I don't know.
So I guess we'll have to wait and see because that is all we've got
Yeah.
on the story for now.
All right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Let's wait and
I
see.
stopped drinking. I drink it once in a blue moon, but like, I don't know.
It's not quite like the Pepsi one either because that dude like he went and actually like bought the points because
Yeah,
they
they
had
have-
like
yeah.
a system where you could pay for
so,
kind of thing or whatever. So like.
I don't know. I'm
I
not
don't
a big
know.
fan
He
of
wanted
it
his
anymore.
jet. He never got his jet, but he ended up getting like I think $1 million,
Yeah.
maybe. It was nowhere close to it. I wish he'd got it.
No, whatever.
These people are not getting their.
And like anybody know well, you weren't gonna get a goddamn jet, but he still did. So he didn't. But
Look,
yeah.
I don't know. He did the work.
But that's how come at the bottom they're like no actual jet now, or not. You don't like you. Experience,
they were missing, though, the
Experience
first
may
several rows
differ.
of the commercial.
Or after what it shows you
Yeah.
win $1 million is like at the bottom it's like experience may differ, so they can't get in trouble now. Like what?
Well, yeah, the U.S. Navy loves that one.
Yeah.
That way they can show you all the coolest combat
Yeah.
footage if you do an awesome, cool shit.
Yeah.
And not the like torture you're gonna have to go through or terrible circumstance you're gonna be put in. Like we're not gonna show those things.
All right.
But in the experience may vary to cover.
I think we should move on.
Because most of it's not going to look like that cool commercial. Most of it's going to be a lot of annoying hard work
Yeah.
and getting
It's
yelled at and having to yell back and probably having a headache at all times. I assume they all always have headaches, right?
Who knows?
You
Okay.
can't just be in an environment where everyone yells and not.
From the global news, people caught on video trying to pull bear cubs from tree to take selfies.
What? You
Yeah.
you
I
shouldn't
hate
do
I,
that.
I
Also,
hate people.
like Mama Bear was Mama Bear
I-
nearby to like.
I'm not gonna lie. I did pre-read this and I've seen the outcome.
They got mauled.
Well, I'm not gonna read into it,
let's
but
not pre-spoil it. Several people were filmed pulling a black bear cub out of a tree and trying to grab another in Nashville, North Carolina on Tuesday.
yeah,
File this
I
under,
hate
quote,
people.
a good
This is
way
why
to
I hate
get
people.
yourself
Yeah,
killed.
This is unreal. Like who in the right mind who does that? Sees that like no, like that just I don't know. It's
I'll be honest, if I see a baby bear, I'm gonna freak out because
Yeah.
there's definitely a mom and mom isn't gonna understand anything. There's no understanding
Yeah.
of me being there.
um
I need to not be there and I need to go the direction she's not.
no. Would
and
it be
cub's
wrong
not.
of me to say I wish Mama Bear showed up or no?
That's probably bad of you because like
Well,
that would be a bad outcome.
Okay. Well, Mama Bear didn't show up, but
You might be a bad person.
yeah.
Wanting that
Oh
out.
well. Hey, well, I'm not saying they just would scare the shit out of them, and not, you know,
Look,
like
I mean, some people like to fuck around, find
yeah,
out.
exactly right.
Sometimes you,
Like,
and then if you fuck around real hard, a lot more people
yeah, find
are
out.
on board with that.
Yeah. All right. Investigation
Trying to
underway.
get yourself a picture with a little bear, you should fucking know.
And an
I don't
investigation
think I want you to get mauled.
is underway after the group of people with an apparent death wish were filmed pulling black bear cubs out of a tree in North Carolina in an effort to take a round of selfies with the baby animals.
So wait, there's an investigation. Is there a law for this?
Well, yeah, you're messing with
Okay,
wildlife.
I'm down
Yeah,
with
like,
let's
yeah,
give
like,
them
yeah.
let's throw the book at them.
Yeah,
Whatever.
no, I hope.
whatever
Yeah, I
we
hope
got.
it's not much probably. The unsettling incident which went down in Asheville, North Carolina, Tuesday afternoon was captured by onlooker Rachel, who turned her camera to a group of 6 people outside an apartment complex. The group is seen approaching a wooded area behind a fence near the building. At first, the bear cubs are obscured by the tree leaves, but the group gets closer. Some people can see tugging 2 bear cubs from their perches, yanking them from the branches. Yeah, I saw that. I'm sure we can see the video. It's nothing bad in it, but it's pretty sad.
I mean, obviously, if it's criminal,
Yeah.
it's fine.
One
It's
woman
not-
is-
We're not showing violence.
Yeah,
or-
one woman is seen holding onto a club like a small child with another person snapping photos. Yeah.
All right, so
I'm
here
not
they
sure if the
are.
video's
Here's
on
the
this, but-
criminal scum. So,
Yeah.
is this
So
the bear?
that's
here?
one bear, and if you look in her hand, she's got the other bear.
And then she's
Yeah,
just blatantly
so-
holding that one.
And yeah, and now I saw the video. I think it tells you in the story too. She drops a bear. It starts freaking
What?
out, so she drops it. Then she starts chasing it away to split it up with the other bear. She splits the bear cubs up.
Oh, yeah, it says the
Yeah.
woman then
Yeah,
drops
so-
the cub and chases it as it tries to run away.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
and they got a clip of her.
There's a
literally
whole
doing
video.
that.
It's a whole video. They're just showing you
Oh, yeah.
stills from this, right? So, yeah. So,
Authorities were notified after the incident was reported to the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission. Local outlet WLS reported. Special projects biologist for the commission found only 1 cub at the scene, which she says is currently at a rehab facility and will be released back into the wild.
first of all, you know how sad that is.
I mean, the
No.
fact that they actually had to take one into a
Oh, thank
facility,
you,
like,
honeydew.
like you would think they would have tried their best not to do that, because like
Yeah. But
putting animal back in the wild is.
but if the baby was nowhere, if the other cubs weren't being found, you can't just leave it there. You know.
That's true.
like-
But yeah, it's kind of weird that only 1 cub was.
Well, because if in the video she dropped on the other side of the fence and she started chasing it away, like
Oh, so
the
it
bear
couldn't
was
find
the
its
one
way
bear was
back
on the one side of the
probably.
fence on the tree, and then the other one started running down the fence line because she started chasing it. Like
I wonder if they'll
don't
be
know.
able to like figure out where the mama is and drop the cub back
Well,
near mom.
yeah, they're hoping, but they're also said that they're hoping that the one cub, I guess that's what tell us in here. They're hoping that they went back to its mom, and the one cub at least got to its mom. But it's still sad. And I know it sounds funny, but animals have feelings too. That bear's missing its mom, you know? Like,
Right.
it sounds silly, but that bear is missing its mom and friend, that brother or sister, right?
Right, and also like this is saying, it's potentially deadly for the cub to be separated from its mom, because
Yeah.
at that stage, you know,
You
the
need
baby
instinct.
cub can't protect
Yeah.
itself from everything else that's out there.
Yeah. And they
Wolves or
learn from the
whatever.
mom. They learn
Yeah.
how to survive from their mom, and that's how they grow. That's how they move on. But,
Exactly. Oh,
so,
okay. A little bit more. I wasn't sure. I had to keep going through a pile of ads. It is never acceptable to interact with wildlife in such a way. I agree.
yeah.
I mean, this is very dumb and
It's like when people get out of the wildlife sanctuary and the friggin' tiger eats them. It's like, what were you thinking? You know, like, come on. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon to get this call this time of year about cubs being alone, but certainly we don't usually have people go up and start pulling them out of the trees and take selfies. Ah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, people are concerned about their bears, and the moms leave them. The mom's got to go get food, so they put them somewhere.
This calling
you
in,
know?
just like calling in for finding a cub alone makes sense, especially if you call the right people who
Yeah.
can do it in the way that doesn't.
Well, we have 311 here, which
Yeah.
is the city, right? You call that, and they connect you to the right people.
Yeah.
So.
Because I don't know what I'd do if I found a baby bear cub alone. I'd probably just be. I'd do like I said. I'd get
Oh,
the fuck
good.
out of there.
Hey, I'm all like, no, and again, maybe this isn't good, but in the press release, the wildlife can you go
Oh,
back
sorry.
up? Commissioner stated a bear cub bit one of the people during the interaction.
Oh,
Like,
well, I don't feel bad about that.
like that's good,
You're,
right?
you're
Yeah,
asking
good.
about mama showing
Yeah,
up.
so-
This is a different question.
yeah.
Do I feel like yeah, this is good.
Good.
Good job.
So yeah, like, oh well, my bad. So
I would high five you, except
Yeah.
that would go against what I was saying.
yeah, there you go. So
If you wanted to high five me, I would.
yeah,
You need to verbalize
hey,
it.
I'm all for that. Yeah, poor
Bear.
little guy. Oh,
So
that's
this
so
is, I
sad.
guess, the one that they had to take in.
Yeah,
It looks like almost like a teddy bear.
yeah, it does.
Something
Like
animal.
us, yeah. Like I get it's cute, and I
Not-
get you
not
want to
that that's, like-
I'm not gonna lie. It looks like you want to go and hug it. Yes.
Right.
But you know what? Like there's like other big animals that are pretty scary looking too that they will eat you.
Well, yeah, this thing has sharp teeth.
Yeah.
It can
Um,
bite you.
Yeah. Yeah. So go ahead.
This is kind of just saying what it already said.
All right.
Also, recent
But yeah.
people are
Well, I hope they
videotaped
charge
falling.
him. I'm gonna keep an eye
Yeah.
out for this. I do hope they catch him.
The cub appeared to be lethargic and frightened. It looked to be favoring one of its front paws and was wet and shivering.
Yeah, because he got
that's-
dropped.
Yeah,
Maybe,
so
yeah,
all
like-
all that is all
Yeah.
the reasons that they took it in, and they're gonna
So now,
rehab it, get it back out there.
and I hope that
healthy
woman
and-
gets charged for animal abuse, because that's what it was, 100%. And messing with wildlife, a whole bunch of different stuff. Yeah, the cub's in a safe place, so that's a good thing, right? But the cub's
Yeah, the
separated
other
from its
one we
mother
could
too
presume
long,
it.
it could die. Yeah, look at that, it could die. It says that right there. It could die.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, that's sad. Hopefully they can. Hopefully they go back there and put it there, and Mom will come back and find it. I really hope that's the case.
Officials said the group of selfie takers were giving a stern talk
That's it.
about how
Oh,
dangerous it is. I
that's
mean,
unfortunate. So,
tourists
like-
sprint towards bear and cubs in Yellowstone
yeah,
National Park.
with a
Okay,
kid. One's,
these are
and
this is
look
a
at
different
one's even
story,
got a
but look
child.
how-
One's got a child
This
with them.
is so
You know,
dumb.
like people are
This
stupid.
is-
I can't stand them. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
That's
that's
actually
sad.
in this article, but yes, oh my god, the fact that they put that one at the bottom of that was kind of.
Yeah. Well, that's
And this was where North Carolina,
yeah. Well,
not the usual state you expect to hear.
I really hope that tetanus shot hurt that person too. I really, really do.
Oh yeah, tennis.
Like not hurt, but make them uncomfortable. There,
Yeah,
I don't want
they're not
torture,
a
but
pleasant,
they're not. Yeah,
a
they're not
pleasant
fun. So,
one. Yeah.
um,
All right. We were already talking a little bit about UK people. I didn't realize we had a story about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
All
go
right.
for it.
Fox News brings us this one. British Parliament votes to ban smoking for all people born after 2009. Critics have said the Conservative-led initiative is robbing grown adults of their fundamental right to personal health decisions. So born after 2009 would make
So they're
you
15.
how old?
15.
This is 15.
Yeah.
So the people at the time of this bill, 15. So you shouldn't be smoking at all.
Yeah.
So this isn't a.
I
and it's not a grown adult.
right at the bat. I do agree with it. Like,
Now, those 15-year-olds in 3 years, 2027, they're now adults who, in theory, should have been allowed to make that bad decision.
yeah, but cocaine used to be legal.
So
Used to be able to buy
maybe
cocaine.
it should be.
So
Maybe it still should
you
be.
know,
I mean,
I'm just saying, just because it's
You-
legal
like-
doesn't mean it's good for you. Skittles are
No,
legal.
and,
Skittles
the
should
thing
be
is-
banned. You know that Skittles are not banned most places except for
Right.
North America.
I don't think we necessarily ban
know?
based on the harm things do, because if you look at the things that are illegal, and
But
the things
again,
that are
for instance,
illegal,
okay,
it doesn't add up.
For instance, Dustin, here in Canada, like, yes, smoking, a lot of people smoke, right? And they're pretty expensive. But
Yeah.
when that person gets cancer, they get free health care, which costs a
Sure.
lot of money. And cool, yeah, you get free health care, but you smoked and gave yourself lung cancer. So why does your poor decision have to affect everybody else's tax money?
Well, why does it affect anything?
Like, because it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to beat cancer, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
So-
people are gonna get cancer anyway.
Yes, but not lung cancer from smoking cigarettes, right? Like, yeah, like I'm just trying to say that as like yeah, you're putting yourself at more risk to get cancer when you smoke.
I mean, you either have universal health care or you don't.
But yeah, okay. Anyway, but that's how I see it. So I agree with no smoking. And if you never smoke, you don't need craving smoking. You know, like if it's not there, you don't miss it. But it's not
True,
gonna work.
but if
Actually, now
it's
that I
not
think it's not
there,
gonna work though.
You will still find a way
Yeah.
to get it.
Exactly, but I'm sure a lot of people like that.
Like,
A
this
lot of people
won't
do,
work.
but a lot of people do cocaine. But not everybody does cocaine. You know, like when weed was illegal, a lot of people smoked weed. When weed became legal, a lot more people started smoking weed, right?
I don't know. I haven't looked at numbers.
But like that, just
I
that's
don't
what
know.
it is. So.
Weed's kind of one of those things that, like, if you were to poll people before it was legal and then poll them after it was legal, you're gonna get totally different responses because of the legalization.
But if they come up to you now, but
Like before it was legal and you ask somebody, "Hey, you smoke pot?" They're not saying yeah. But nowadays, you ask,
okay,
especially in certain states, they're gonna be like, "Of course."
okay, but you go back to them and be like,
So,
hey,
like, it's kind of
but you go
hard
up
to
to them
get
right
in.
now, you'd be like, did you smoke weed in 2015 when weed was illegal? Yes, no, there you go, right? So at the time, I can see, yeah, most people don't do that, but again, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't think this is gonna work now that I think about that anyway.
I mean, I
because
think the
the cigarettes are
thing I
still
would
going to
look
be
at is prohibition, the alcohol.
yeah,
Tried to
but
do.
it's not going to work. It's not
Right.
going to work. So
But I guess the alcohol ban is not quite the same because they applied it to people who were already over 21. They applied it to everybody when they did prohibition, so it instantly
yeah.
collapsed and failed. This
So.
might be a
it's kind of a rolling change, right? So
because like I don't know, there's gonna be a whole bunch of people who are like, it doesn't affect me, I don't care.
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe this one.
But honestly, the way, like I said, I don't think it's gonna work because the cigarettes are still gonna be there. They're still gonna be on the shelves, and people are still gonna do it. Will it reduce
Now-
smoking? I think probably it will help reduce smoking, but it's not gonna stop younger generations from smoking.
I mean, I think it'll just open up
Yeah.
some underground.
And know what
ways.
vapes? I can know what the thing is.
Or additional
Vapes.
vape usage. Which, by the way,
Actually,
this
the funny
mentions
thing is,
vapes, so what's in
vapes.
here for that?
I take the bus. A lot of middle school and high school kids are on that bus. Every one of those fuckers have a vape pen in their hand,
I
and
believe
it's
it.
illegal. You know, no one under 18 is allowed to have a vape, and they're all under 18 and they have a vape. So
We're
yeah,
both a few years
Yeah.
too old to have been on the vape.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not the big fan. Exactly. No, some people our age smoke, but I'm not the big. I don't smoke.
I've done some vaping, but it's really not my.
Yeah. I don't smoke cigarettes
like-
though, right? Like I'm not. I used to smoke cigarettes, but I don't anymore. But yeah, it's not gonna work.
So this thing passed 383 to 67.
Yeah, so a majority of people think it's gonna work. But
Now, does the British people have like we do, where it has to pass the House and then go somewhere else?
I'm not sure. House of Commons, that's it. No, that's it. The House of
Or
Commons
is it
is
just
that.
the House? and
That's
we're
just the
done?
House of Commons, and here, that's at least in Canada. It's done.
Well, then it's got to go to somebody to sign, because
Right,
after
so-
ours goes through House and goes to the Senate, then
Oh,
the
I see,
president
yeah.
signs it.
Well, look, there's still
I don't
several
know how theirs
steps
works.
officially passing the
Yeah,
bill into
here we
law,
go.
including a debate and vote in the upper chambers.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Oh, upper
wow.
chamber. Okay, that's what they call their upper.
I don't know. Yeah. So
The House of Lords. God, they're so lame. They kept all this dumb like monarchy crap.
like I can see why. It's for the health reason, but yeah, let people do what they want to do, right? Like some countries are legalizing methamphetamine, while the UK are like, oh, they can't even smoke cigarettes. So let's see what country does better. This is a test, right?
So they're saying the Conservative Party. They're talking about that, but like 383 to 67 sounds like a bipartisan.
But-
Unless they're just really,
but-
really heavily
what's
conservative. Like 383 conservatives in their house? Probably not. Do I dare look it up? It's UK politics.
yeah, let me see.
I mean, many Tory leaders are claiming it's a misstep. Maybe not all conservatives are on board, but all of the other guys are. I assume they call them Liberal Party or whatever. Do it. They sort of have similar teams as America does. 178 conservative members of parliament voted
Yeah,
for the bill,
so
with 57 voting against, and 106 not recording a.
Yeah, so we have 346 conservative MPs right now, so they got a majority there. So
106 of them didn't vote.
yeah. So it's weird. They got a lot of seats there. You can look it up yet, but there's 346 conservatives, 201 Labor, which I don't know that one. Then there's a whole bunch of men. There's a whole bunch of parties there. They're like in Canada. There's just not two parties. There's several. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They have 16 parties in Parliament right now. Like that's a lot. Here we have 4, and I thought that was a lot. They have 6. That's insane. But yeah.
Well, and you've seen some of their live parliament stuff.
Yeah.
They literally yell at each other, and I think do physically hit each other too. I think they still
Very
allow that.
rare. No, they don't allow it.
So former Prime Minister Boris Johnson chimed in. When the party of Winston Churchill wants to ban cigars, as they say in Quebec. Did they say that in Quebec?
I don't know.
We can get 2?
Yeah, 2 parties.
Jeez, mean.
2 parties.
Oh, yeah. We get 2. There's that
Yeah.
third fake one that you're always saying is going to be more than 1%. We're still late.
Libertarian.
I'm sticking with that. RFK is getting less than 1%.
Oh yeah.
He's still out there saying stuff and making himself look dumb.
Whatever.
Saying
That's
stuff
right.
like that both sides are saying for some reason that contradict each other, and he just keeps saying stuff.
Anyway,
Hoping that you don't notice the
yeah.
previous things he said.
He's not gonna win though, but
He's pretty fun. He doesn't get any TV time. Tory unity goes up in smoke. 57 Tories put their future careers ahead of nation's health.
Huh.
Election now.
what? Why would you elect? No, like
So they Wait, I'm trying to figure out.
I'm
They
conf-
want
that
to
signs-
smoke or they don't want
That
to smoke?
sign's very confusing. It's like 57 voted no against it. So
Future careers.
have an
When I go up
election.
here, wait, that 57 was the voted. Oh no, 57 voting again. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense though. Election now. Well, only I don't get it. That guy's.
Are they saying that they were bought off by tobacco as
Maybe.
opposed to caring about the health of the kids?
But he really wants to have an election called to fire 57 out of 500 people. And nah,
And that's
that's
gonna be hard
ridiculous.
to do, isn't it?
No. Well, no.
Even if
All
there
you
is
have to do is call non-confidence.
Yeah, but
But-
you gotta do that 57 different
or-
places. Jersey
Yeah.
and stuff.
But
So it's very important that until people have decision-making capability while they are growing up, that we protect. Drew said, but I think the whole idea that we can protect adults from themselves is hugely problematic.
I believe
Or is
vapes. No, vapes. I think vapes are a lot worse than cigarettes. In my opinion. I just we don't know what's gonna happen, and I've seen some things happen to people with vapes, and it goes downhill for some people pretty bad. Maybe it just affects other people a bit different, but I'm not a big fan of them. But I don't care if people vape. It is what it is, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
I'm
You
not.
do-
I'm not a fan of vaping either.
you do
I'm
you.
not trying to
Right?
get it
That's what I
banned.
say. Yeah.
I
don't
think
like-
age limits are appropriate on things because obviously when you're too young to be making these decisions, shouldn't be.
But kids
Well,
kids are
able
gonna
to.
do it anyway. Like look at
They
like I
are, but
said,
it should be difficult. We got to at least throw.
it's
a
not
fucking
difficult
roadblock
at
in
all.
there.
Like most of them, like there's so many. Like I don't know. Like clearly people don't care. It's not that hard here. So
Well, no, vaping for sure, but I'm meaning like all the cigarettes. It's a lot harder for a kid to get a cigarette with the age limit than it would be without it.
yeah.
You know, obviously kids still get cigarettes. I've seen high schoolers,
Yeah.
sometimes middle schoolers, smoking cigarettes. Dumb. They do it, but like you said, nowadays it's vapes. Straight
Yeah.
up, if you see kids, they're on the.
Yeah, and they're like they
Okay.
think they're so cool. But even
Yeah.
adults, they're sitting there on the bus and they're like going like this, and their stop comes, they get out. Before they even get out the door, they're sucking on that pen. It's like, okay, you gotta chill. You know what I mean? Like if it's like that, if you're that addicted to your vape, you should probably try to stop vaping.
Yeah,
Like-
when you're fidgeting and have to put a vape hit in
Yeah.
every few seconds.
Like that's just
to
my
satisfy
just
your
my opinion,
fidgetingness.
right? But yeah, like it's
Yeah.
insane, you know? Like okay, you've hit it every 20, 30, 40 minutes, whatever. But these people like they're jonesing, you see them. It's like it's I don't know.
But I'm
Um,
definitely on board with adults should have the ability to get things that are bad. I
Yeah.
don't care. You're an adult. You live once. Why are we
So
restricting
legalize
people?
cocaine?
Yes.
Prop
I'm
301,
pro
is it?
Cocaine, yeah.
I don't know.
Prop
Okay.
108.
Oh, no, wait, I don't
Now, I'm
remember
not
that.
going to say legalize all drugs.
Yeah.
'Cause, obviously, I recognize a difference in the
Yeah.
effects of meth versus the other drugs.
Yeah.
So
All right,
I'm not
well,
legalized at all, but cocaine, that actually probably one that should just be legal.
yeah, everybody.
It's
most-
such a recreational drug.
yeah.
It's also one that people who do, and I don't use it, people who do recreationally use it, it'd be nice if they got the guidelines so they don't accidentally OD.
Yeah.
You know?
And no,
'Cause
like
I'm
yeah,
sure people don't necessarily know what, they just think what they can handle. Oh, I've
Yeah.
handled this much before. I can handle one more.
and
nonsense
I
like
guess
that.
like, but okay,
And there's like, it's a medicinal thing that you can like show people.
yeah, it was
Once-
meant for medicine in the past. Like it was used
Right.
for stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
Now
it
people
was.
abuse
It was
it
also
and-
used for soda.
yeah,
Make
good old-
that
I
tasty
really
soda
wish
beverage.
I could. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to find a Coke from like the time where it's cocaine. Was
Just
in
to
it.
see.
Yeah, but I'd
would.
try it.
I'd
I'd
drink
open
it.
it up and I'd drink it. Yeah.
If it was still closed, sealed, whatever,
Yeah.
I'd drink it.
So,
I'd open it. Be like, "Word."
let's move on.
Let's move on. Well, here we go. A follow-up, sort of. Global News Canada again. All 787 Dreamliners should be grounded. Boeing whistleblower set.
I'm pretty sure we already knew this anyway.
Well, does the whistleblower get to just make that decision though? I don't think they do.
He doesn't make. He just says it should be though.
But he is saying
Like-
every single one of them has an issue. So what is the issue that he's saying? Definitely they all have.
The seats, the
Prop
probably,
308, Jason.
yeah, I know.
We'll
That's
keep
right.
pushing.
Oh.
We'll keep pushing. Boeing engineer says he has been harassed and threatened by the company. Oh, of course, yeah. There are serious concerns of safety of the airplanes. All 787 Dreamliners should be immediately grounded. That's saying the same.
Yeah. Boeing whistleblower is urging the plane makers to ground all 787 Dreamliners currently in operation around the world, warning that the long-haul jets could fall apart at the joints. Yeah.
That's not a good thing, is it?
Yeah.
Also, wait, joints? Aren't they
Well,
mostly not jointed? Like, my arm bends. Like, what part of the plane bends?
um,
The flippy
the flaps?
flaps?
Yeah. 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 The flaps, yeah. Sam, a quality engineer at Boeing, went public with his concerns about Boeing 787 and 777 jets last week in an exclusive TV interview with NBC Nightly News. He said he doubled down on his allegations and called for all Dreamliners to be pulled from service and checked for small gaps in the fuselage.
Alright, so
Yeah.
he has a literal specific concern that he says
So-
every single one of them, this thing needs checked or they will fall apart.
Yeah, okay. So either Boeing don't give a care or they hope that doesn't cause a friggin' airline crash. So
It's as serious as I have ever seen in my lifetime. See, adding that he would
Yeah.
not put his family on a 787 jet.
okay.
The entire fleet worldwide, as far as I'm concerned right now, needs attention, and the attention is you need to check your gaps and make sure that you don't have potential for premature failure.
Wow.
I think I'm with him since he's
Yeah.
being very specific about what's the problem. Like,
Yeah, it's not like
Go
he.
check it.
It's not. It's like,
How
oh,
long
the
did it take?
flanges. He's not like the flanges broken, right? What's a flange? Well, the thingamajig. Like what? No, he
go
literally
take
says.
a look at the
Yeah.
blinker fluid.
Yeah, he says exactly right. So
So, Salaport claims that Boeing took shortcuts while building the 787 and 777 jets to save money and reduce bottlenecks during the assembly process. He says sections of the main body or fuselage, just say main body then, we don't
Yeah.
know this, of the 787 Dreamliner are not fastened together properly and that little gaps exist where the parts are joined. Under the stress of repeated flying, the fuselage, main body, could break apart midair.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm assuming that would kill everybody aboard.
Well, yeah, that's
a
like-
catastrophic failure.
yeah, that's like a falling in two pieces, isn't it? Thank God your seat is a life jacket, though. We're all gonna be
So-
fine.
So he's saying sections of the main body aren't fastened together properly, so there's gaps. So you know how like it's basically a bunch of tubes like connected, and you see all those bolts all the way
Yeah.
around it. Like he's
Exactly.
saying, there's some of those tubes aren't quite connected to each other, and that's where your seat is sitting.
Yeah. No,
Tube land. You're
Yeah.
in that tube. That might not be connected to the tube of the people in front of you. The plane will fall apart at the joints. Has there ever been a plane fall apart in this way?
I don't know. I can't say. Yeah. I can't say.
All right. So when he initially went public with his concerns, he said he saw Boeing mechanics using excessive force to push sections of the main body together to make it appear like the gaps didn't exist during 787 assembly. Under normal manufacturing procedures, small pieces of metal called shims are inserted into gaps in space. But Boeing allegedly cut corners by not always inserting these shims. So there's your cost cutting right
Yeah,
there.
100. But you put the shim in
Additional
there.
material,
You pound the shim in there, then you
Yep.
bolt it in.
additional labor, additional material. They're just like,
Yeah.
what if we didn't?
Exactly.
We could make it look like it's
What's
fine.
the potential? What's the potential? Oh, 1%. Okay, well, let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, 1%, and we're doing how many planes this year? They
Um,
literally do them. Sad.
yeah.
True.
Alrighty.
Allowing such gaps to be unfilled could, over time, allow it to fall apart.
Yeah,
Like he's
that's.
saying.
We're not done with Boeing. We're going to be talking about it quite a bit, I'm sure, more and more. Really.
So this
But-
guy says he did try to raise these issues internally. He tried to say, hey, figure this
And
out.
then the
with
last
every
guy
plane.
that
And they retaliated by fire, moving him out of that program.
yeah, they didn't fire him. They just moved him.
Yeah, they didn't fire him. They moved
We did
him
talk about that. And then the
from
other
787s
whistleblower
to
who was
777s.
the other
And they
whistleblower who
saw
was
the same
found
thing
dead.
on the 777.
Yeah. I hope he just doesn't get hurt, because Boeing is going to go after him.
Because that other guy,
Yeah. He was killed. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
I've
But
literally
I-
never gotten enough details to really believe it was he took his own life.
No, he didn't. He did not. Why would he
I
do?
saw a bazillion
Why
reasons for
would
it to be
he-
something other than that.
Oxman Razor. Isn't that the truth? Yeah. He just did
Well,
it.
the-
In
the
this
more-
case,
the-
I don't believe that. Right? Because it is
The
unlikely.
simplest explanation is probably the correct.
Where he was killed.
The more
so,
complicated it is, the less likely
yeah. But
is Occam's razor.
I know. So that not in
So-
this case, really, because it's conspiracy, but I'm pretty sure he didn't do it. So. But
I literally saw people jumping on the pieces, the airplane to get them to.
Yeah.
So then he filed a formal whistleblower complaint with the FAA.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, he went through all the steps you would think.
Yeah, I remember that panel flew out. I guess that makes sense right there, you know?
FAA's investigating.
Yeah. Right.
Boeing says, nuh-uh. They're fully
So,
confident in their 787, adding that the claims are inaccurate and do not represent the work Boeing has done to ensure the quality and long-term safety of the aircraft. Why do we keep doing stories, Boeing?
yeah.
You can't be fully confident when we've done so many.
I get it. And that's a thing. Like, even me. But yeah, even us, like, we know what's going on, right? We can see it. And we're just two guys on the internet.
They let a bunch of people in the media. We weren't included.
Yeah.
The media tour. We should have been called.
It's unreal. That's not cool.
I might have. Would you go to South Carolina to tour?
We're gonna get a passport. But yeah, for sure I would.
I mean, especially if they paid.
I'm pretty sure there's one here where I am. There's a plant here that works. Like, there's a Boeing manufacturer here. So
now you'd have to listen to the top Boeing engineers defend the structural integrity of their aircrafts. Basically, their top smartest guys saying, "Nah."
For sure. No,
we always check the thing that guy said.
All right.
And then what do? You go like, "Nah, the fuselages aren't always good. Show me your fuselage."
Well, I think we do have a Hachi, I guess. I don't know if it's gonna go into much more.
Yeah, I mean, of course,
Right, yeah, the engine cap falls off the other day. They just keep having shit, right? Like
this is the kind of stuff you see.
But no, then I don't know. I don't want to defend them.
Yeah, all right. But we do have more stories. So
and another follow-up.
Is this next one a follow-up? Yes, it is. We're going to stick with Global News Canada for a while here.
So, woman who wheeled a corpse into a bank to co-sign a loan arrested. Yeah.
So we did talk about this.
And viewer discretion is advised, I guess. I don't think it shows anything, but there was a video I saw. I don't think the video is here. But yeah, she literally rolled this guy in, held him up with the back of her hand, his head, and tried to make him look like he was talking and try to get him to sign this piece of paper. She picked up his
put
hand,
a pen in his hand too.
You know, like it's. And then the bank person behind the counter was suspicious, so they started recording because it seemed pretty weird. So.
Person pushes a wheelchair.
Yeah. Stock photo.
Thank you for that, Getty. Okay. A Brazilian woman has been arrested after she wheeled a corpse into a bank, presumably hoping it would help her secure a loan. So wait, it wasn't necessarily a withdrawal; it was to co-sign on a loan. The dead guy had good credit.
I guess, yeah, maybe.
Yes?
So.
All right, here we go. Erica de Souza Vieira Nunez, captured on video by bank employees wheeling the body of Paulo Roberta Braga in Rio de Janeiro bank branch in a wheelchair. In the video, Nunez is heard calling Braga her uncle as she speaks to the body and props up its head.
Yeah.
So weird to say.
I mean, but that's what she did.
Speaks to the body.
Yeah. But that's what it was. He was dead. He was deader than dead.
We've even got what she said. Uncle, are you listening? You need to sign. If you don't sign, there's no way because I can't sign for you. Nunez is saying in the footage before grabbing a pen and forcing it into his hands. Sign so you don't give me any more headaches. Can't take it anymore.
Oh yeah, so she's getting mad at the.
He's well. He doesn't look well at all. One of the employees say.
Yeah.
And I think that's at some point.
It
was obvious what was going on, and the employee started recording, and that's why we have a clip of them.
Yeah.
She's arrested. I'm sure they used the clip too.
Yeah.
It's alleged that Nunez was trying to use her deceased relative to help her secure a loan for a few $1,000s. He had just died hours before at the age of 60.
Well, he looked. I'm not gonna lie. He looked a lot older.
And I'm guessing he would never have signed the loan.
Yeah, probably not. Well,
and presumably. Can't really tell, but taking an action like that, you can.
This isn't a follow-up. This is a different story. This is not the same story. Look at the bank staffers. Yeah, this wasn't. The bank staffers were so concerned about his health that they called the police. When law enforcement showed up, they found her and brought a dead man into the bank. The last story we did, they dropped the body off at a hospital.
You're right.
What the heck?
Find that previous story and see if it's not even Rio de Janeiro.
No, I was gonna say it was an American story too. I was gonna say that's why I was confused. I was like, that's weird.
But they started off with a woman who wheeled a corpse into a bank.
Because they both did it. But that's why they said Brazilian. They pointed it out for being Brazilian. Right? I was like, that's weird. But because I was like, that's kind of racist if there was an American, right? I'm not gonna. Yeah. Anyway, we
I
don't.
should
we're
have
not-
questioned it when I was saying all those names and then saying Rio de Janeiro. I didn't question. Okay, well, I guess it's not a follow-up. We retract. that.
Yeah. Well, my bad. That's
Still
just
another.
messed
hell,
up
it happened
story. Yeah.
twice.
We don't pre-read here at the banter.
You
there
know,
you
had we
go.
realized that, it might have been our clickbait.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
the fact that it happened twice is kind of crazy.
Now faces charges of violating the courts and attempted theft through fraud. Good. Attempted Rio newspaper. She knew he was dead. He had been dead for at least 2 hours. The investigator officer, they're saying, yeah. Told the breakfast the news program Boeing de Reno on Wednesday. Yeah.
Breakfast news
Yeah.
program.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I never came across a story like this in 22 years. Well, we came
Well,
across
maybe
two.
they should-
What
Yeah,
the
what do you
frig,
mean?
you know?
Did they?
So-
Did they not read last? Like, what day did we do that? It was like Monday or Wednesday. It was this week.
No, it wasn't.
Was it not this week?
It was really months ago.
It was months ago. No.
And they jumped through a drive-through. Yes, okay. 2 Ohio women allegedly propped a dead man in their car, which about hundreds of dollars from his bank account. So they got away with it. They're the ones that dropped off the money.
It was
Right?
Ohio.
In Ohio, yeah. And
Right.
I'm just checked out the date on this. Where's the date? Oh, I hate these sites sometimes. March 6th. March 8th. Sorry, March 8th. So yeah, that was a month ago.
Okay.
So-
So they had like a month and a week to have potentially. What did
Yeah.
you say? Come across a story like
Yeah, that's
this.
insane.
They had a chance. It was
Sorry.
out there to find.
That's crazy.
Sousa.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw it. I was like, well, they cool. They arrested her because what are the odds of this happening twice like this? You know? Like,
Exactly. So we
wow.
were thinking, oh, they got
Yeah.
him. We don't know if they got him. I guess we'll have to wait and follow.
She says lawyers say that he was alive when he entered the bank.
No, it's Nunez.
Yeah, the lawyers said
The
that.
crazy lady. I'm gonna call her a crazy
But
lady.
yeah, but the lawyers don't know shit. When they arrived at the fact did not occur has been a narrative. Yeah, I don't think he was. He didn't look alive.
Paolo was alive when he heard his bank. I mean, that they're saying that, but like,
Okay.
all this will be cleared up.
Then-
We believe in Erica's. So I think when they do the body thingy, what do they call
Yeah.
that? When they
Autopsy.
Cut it, autopsy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say cut it apart.
Yeah,
They can tell
so-
like how long you've been. They can look. At
Yeah,
the
but
top.
within hours, this can probably be a little harder. But
I think
Yeah.
if CSI is correct, they can get it within
Yeah.
an hour.
however, police forensic
If
analyze
CSI is
determined
lying, they
that.
can
Look
get
at
it
it. It says
within
right there. Police forensic analyze determined he had died earlier while lying
While
down.
lying
Yeah.
down. So they can even determine the position he was.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, probably because the body freezes. She probably had to break his leg. Rigor mortis, isn't
Holy
it?
cow! This is not just.
What's
the
rigor
second-
mortis? Isn't that what it's
Rigor
called when your
mortis,
body freezes after you die?
Yeah, when you stop being able to like move your joints
Yeah.
and stuff.
So
like,
maybe she had to
convergent.
break his body. I don't know how fast it sets in, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But hey, look at this.
Yeah.
The weekend at Bernie's style deception is reminiscent of a similar attempt scam back in 2022 when an Irishman propped up a corpse and carried him inside a post office in an effort to claim the dead man's pension money. So
Huh.
we've got Ohio, we've got Rio de Janeiro, and we've got an Irishman. I don't know if it's in Ireland.
So it's happened a few times. That's weird. So, well, people are
Keep that
fucked
to
all over the
myself.
world.
Declan Hawley told the Irish
Yeah.
Times that the deceased man was his uncle, but claimed he didn't know the man was dead and thought that perhaps he died on the walk to the post office.
Died
Okay,
on
so
the
he
walk.
played the same card there. Oh,
Yeah.
no, they died on the way while I was there.
Huh.
You know?
I just wonder how messed up you have to be to have a dead body and be like, let's go rip him off. Like, what? I don't know.
I mean,
maybe I'm just a
yeah,
good guy. Maybe that's it. So, but I don't know.
I don't think I.
All right. Well, I think we got some science here. Should we go over it?
I'll just real quickly look. Yeah.
Global news once again.
Yep, we're never leaving here.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. Did cloud seeding cause Dubai flooding? What to know about the science?
What cloud seeding? What's that?
I mean, I've heard of cloud seeding, but I don't know what it is. But it's where they make it rain. So they shoot some stuff up in the air and pull stuff from the rain, some crystallize it and make it rain. I don't know
Okay,
100%.
alright.
So,
So there's a correction, I guess, before we
yeah.
even got here. Abu Dhabi is the capital city of United Arab Emirates, while Dubai is the country's largest city. Incorrect information appeared in an earlier story.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I mean, if you had asked me what's the capital of UAE, I would have guessed one of those two probably, maybe. Although if you also asked me what's the capital of Saudi Arabia, I'd have guessed one of those two probably.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the capitals. I don't get taught that.
Yeah. Oh. She's probably already got the will signed, Jace. So, but yeah, the UAE city of Dubai remains flooded after lots of rain that fell earlier this week. I think 2 days within 142 millimeters have fallen in about 48 hours, which is about 50% more than the annual total precipitation. So yeah, so they got dumped on hard. Dubai International Airport, in the world's busiest for international travelers, and arrives remain halted. So yeah, their airport's closed. Officials estimate it'll take days to return normal. So does this go to cloud seeding? I kind of want to know about cloud seeding.
Yes, it does. Did you pre-read?
No, I didn't. I just
literally
yeah. I don't know
what you just said.
Because it's an AI. This is Global News is AI, and it's answering the questions as we go down. Okay.
All right.
Some unconfirmed reports. Oh, but you keep moving way too fast.
I thought you wanted to
Well,
go about
we
cloud
gotta
seeding.
read the friggin' article,
Okay,
and now
let's
it's just
find
back.
out.
I can't even read it anyway. So,
Can.
but half of it's gone. Several unconfirmed reports suggest cloud seeding could have played a part, I'm guessing, in the role in the flood. I don't know what's there. See, I don't know what the birds are in the flood. But what could cloud seeding? What is cloud seeding? How is it used? And is there more likely reason? I will find out. See, what is cloud seeding?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. Is like, even if we know what cloud seeding is, it the likely did it?
What's cloud seeding?
Yeah, the only line I was. So yeah, what is cloud seeding? Clouds are made of suspended water vapor. Rain occurs when that water vapor comes together around a very small particle called a nuclei. Form drops. This can happen around ice particles, but other substances like silver iodide attract vapor more. Humans can spray the substance from planes or drones or project particles from the ground using cannons to fuse the cloud.
So, yeah, they make it rain.
Isn't this one of those? Yeah, we can, but
to help droughts though, like if your country's drought and you have no way to get rain, and that's the only way to get rain,
does it work?
Well, does it maybe too well? I don't know. Well, apparently they do it here, right?
Okay.
That's what one of my coworkers told me, is that we do it here. I'm like, I never heard of it before. Like, I've heard of it before, but I've never knew about it.
So when it's in a cloud, then water molecules will see that surface and then think that it's like, I don't follow.
Yeah.
Water
anyway,
will start condensing or freezing onto that silver iodide particle and then basically build ice.
Yeah, and then it falls.
Okay, so that's a fancy way of saying they're shooting silver iodide into the cloud. Like,
exactly.
Buried,
they drop it.
This is the chemical they're shooting into the clouds. Now, does this chemical...
You see those trails that come from planes? You know? That's what it is.
You got to be careful what you say.
I know. Oh, yeah. Well, we get kicked off for that? Is that a touchy subject?
There's a certain term if you use
I'm not using it, but is that a touchy subject for some people?
I think so.
I think it is too, yeah. But yeah.
But this is a legit question. Is silver iodide safe to be spraying into our atmosphere and potentially getting into our water and soil? Waddle and soil.
Well, it's silver, so iodide.
Waddle.
Iodide is not good for you. I think it could be. Can fuck your thyroid up, can it?
Right. You know, I'm thinking the answer is probably no, but they may say, well, it's not going to get into those things.
Well, you'll just get thyroid cancer. You'll get water, but you'll just get thyroid cancer for it, you know? Right?
So Chang said the ice crystals can grow rapidly until they're large enough to fall as snow. If the temperature is warm enough, they'll turn to rain.
Yeah. Oh.
Cloud seeding was invented in the 1940s and became popular in the United States in the 1960s. Dozens of countries, including Canada, use the method sometimes to fight forest fires or drought or to create snow or to limit the size of potentially damaging hail.
Okay, well, why didn't
I guess we've been doing it for a while.
Well, 1940s, yeah.
The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation spent $2.4 million last year on cloud seeding using the Colorado River.
Yeah,
that's not that expensive.
Yeah.
So maybe it's fine. I was also thinking, is this cost effective? But like, if you're talking in millions, like that's cheap these days.
Yeah, you know it is. Yeah, it is, right?
Like
But
every Trudeau story we did wasn't this small of
it was
number.
in billions, so.
It was billions. Big ass. The Associated Press reported that UAE uses salt flares for clouds.
Does cloud
Does
seeding
cloud
work?
seeding
See,
work?
that's answering your question now, right?
Chang said there's very little scientific evidence that cloud seeding works. Okay. The challenge is partly because no two clouds are the same. So you can't compare what a cloud might have done before you seeded it with what it did do after you seeded it.
Okay, well, that's very open-ended.
Yes.
But
This is a challenge.
yeah, that is a
Finding
challenge. But like,
two clouds that are the same.
but okay, if there hasn't rained in 2 weeks, or let's say it hasn't rained in 2 months, and you go up there and you cloud seed and it rains within an hour, I'd put
Yeah,
my
but what if
money
it was
on.
always going to rain with it?
Yeah, but I'd still put my money on that cloud seeding did it. You know.
Well, what if that person who was cloud seeding waited to hear the sound of thunder before saying, "Okay, I just cloud seeded"?
But that's
Like,
not.
what
I
if
don't.
they
Yeah.
what if they decepted you? Like they saw the storm come, or they just like read the weather report and say it was like 2 p.m. is when it's gonna rain, so they're like, "I'm cloud seeding."
But that
at 12
defeats the
o'clock."
science. Then that would defeat the science
just
because
saying
no. But
they
you
could
can't say.
trick you.
But again. But then how can they not exactly go to that? They're like, we don't know if the cloud's gonna rain or not. Then how do you predict rain?
They don't.
I don't know.
They're guessing.
Yeah. Yeah, predict.
Like
yeah.
I keep looking at the weather stuff, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
usually wrong, right? Especially in the
we had
mountains.
snow.
Remember when I
It's
told
snowing
you?
today.
Remember when I told you before you moved to the mountains how messed up the weather is in the mountains?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
here it
getting
is.
part of it.
Yeah.
We're just being near them.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so they can't
So-
prove it.
One recent study found a clear precipitation pattern that mirrored seeding, but a former chief scientist at the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and a University of climate scientist both told the Associated Press there isn't enough evidence for scientists to conclude it.
So yeah, it doesn't. So
Obviously, scientists do say that, even if like they're finding successes, like they have to.
well,
certain levels of success before they
pretty
start to
sure
publish.
scientists can make a cloud in a box. I'm pretty sure that's possible now. So make 2 identical clouds in a box and cloud seed one and
Hold on. Can you make a cloud in a box?
What?
There's a video of a jar, a mason jar.
okay, that's not, I don't want to watch it. but
Cloud
good.
in a jar, make a tiny weather.
So-
I mean, I think you're right. The fact that I
Yeah.
found a mason jar one.
But I just don't say things. Okay, I'm not Joe Biden or Justin Trudeau, so or I just get extremely lucky with the things I say. But yeah, so do the science, figure it out. Make 2 clouds identical. Do it on a bigger scale, of course, more than just a mason jar. Do it in 2 controlled environments, and boom, test it. There should be a way to do it. But did cloud seeding cause a flood?
That is the real
Yeah.
question. If you don't even know if this stuff worked, how can you blame the flooding?
Yeah.
Jay said they're spreading dust for the water to hold on to. Definitely works, but I think people have a different definition of work. Yeah, and that's probably because they're not sure about the harm it may cause.
Yeah.
Like it may be doing the desired outcome, but like there may be undesired, unknown outcome, stuff like that.
Okay. Well,
Because I think you're right. Like the fact that I found a jar, like
Yeah.
I think we can control the weather, but I also said at the very beginning, this is one of those should we kind of.
yeah. Do you want to play God? Maybe you shouldn't
Right,
play
I feel
God,
like-
right? So
Our planet is kind of working out for us pretty nicely
Yeah.
without interfering, at least for my lifetime. So don't screw that up.
the UA often use cloud seeding to get the most water that desert country can. So why would they keep doing it if they don't get water? It seems weird. So yeah. Go. I don't know, but yeah.
So they quoted meteorologists at the UAE National Center for Meteorology saying they flew 6 or 7 cloud seeding flights before the rain. So as far as like you're saying, like timing's there. Well, they're saying yeah, the timing's there. We did a seeding just. Flight tracking website showed only 1 such flight, according to the Associated Press. Okay, but you're looking for flight data in the United Arab Emirates. I'm sure that's not necessarily 100% available. Yes, so we've all. But
yeah, I don't
set
know.
off nukes. Oh, we have America. We did the nukes. We really. You think the planet is supposed to just have an extreme hotspot like that?
Well,
No.
But why do we have an extreme
yeah, I
cold
mean, it
spot like
depends.
that too, though? So
It depends. Like, what about those vents at the bottom of the ocean? They're an extreme hotspot. Yeah, that should be.
um,
Ha ha ha! So we can do harm to the planet, and it's fine because vents in the ocean.
okay. Well, I don't know if this
That's,
is
it's
much.
not an argument. For
This
why
probably
we should
does say a
do
lot more, but I'm not too sure what.
So the former chief scientist told Associated Press that the cause of the rain was most certainly not clouds. Well,
Yeah.
former
Well,
NOAA chief, of course.
this is the first time they're saying it's not human error. They're like, no, it's not.
So weather reports spotted 3 low-pressure systems forming a train of storms before the rain fell.
Okay,
That's
there
kind of
you
what I
go.
was saying. Like, was it
Exactly,
already in, like,
right?
the,
So-
it was already in the forecast, and, like, yeah, they seeded, but it was in the forecast. So
yeah.
sounding like maybe that.
So yeah, okay. Or maybe they just do that to help enhance. Maybe to help enhance it. I don't know. Right? Like, I can't say.
So yeah, these scientist guys are saying many people are pointing to cloud seeding as the cause, are also climate change deniers. So
What?
I guess there's some overlap in climate change denial and cloud seeding fear. I don't even know if fear is the right word. People that
But
are worried
cloud-
about cloud seeding
cloud
are the same people
seeding-
that are worried about.
But cloud seeding would be part of climate change, wouldn't it? Because we're changing the climate.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to understand this. Like, so the people
So-
who don't think climate change is occurring, do you think that we're doing irreparable harm with cloud seeding?
Or I
That's
don't know.
weird.
Very
It's a
confusing.
weird camp
so.
to be in.
But
I guess.
but
that's the thing.
but that does make sense if you don't believe in climate change because of that. But this, we're actually going out of way. But that kind of makes sense because they're
If you
actually
wanna
going.
Say, oh, they're. If
but
you
they
wanna say
are
this is
going-
what's happening instead of climate
Yeah.
change. Okay, now I get it. This
But
is
no,
like
people
one
are
of the things-
going out of their way to do climate change. They're literally cloud
Jay's
seeding
just
to
laughing at us,
change
trying to
the
figure
climate.
out the-
That's what they're doing. So they're right. They're right that they are doing it. Like, this is climate change, 100%. Not the climate change, but they're literally
Well,
changing the
wait.
climate,
No, they're changing the weather.
the weather,
the
which
weather-
is the climate. You know.
Is it? Is climate defined
Yeah.
as weather?
Weather patterns.
It's like a weather over time.
I don't know.
It's-
Anyway,
Let's see.
I don't know.
Living in an area in general for a long.
Now, if
Yeah,
they keep
so-
doing cloud seeding and places keep flooding, maybe stop doing cloud seeding. That's just it.
Yeah, I think the argument of why this is not climate change. Definitely, climate is a period.
But climate change is real, like 100%. Climate's been changing for billions of years. But yeah, I don't have too much more on this. I do think we have one more story.
You do understand that saying changing
Yeah.
for billions of years leads people to think you're saying that humans aren't causing significant problems,
Well,
which is the real discussion. Is not whether or not climate is changed; it's what's causing.
then they should call it human fuck up or something.
It's not
then,
catchy. You can't do.
You know,
it's
you
not
know,
catchy.
like,
That's the excuse I keep hearing. is
because
not
it's true.
catchy.
Because climate changes. So you're right. Climate does change. So, but they go back to global warming, but they'll because it was global cooling in the 70s. I saw a commercial actually from the 70s the other day about global cooling, and they're worried about that. They're worried about the world cooling too fast, and
Well,
Yeah.
it depends. I mean, depends on which particular ecological system is going to be colder than it
Yeah.
should be, and what species will die that we need.
it was just funny because there was a spooky
when they
music in
say
the
climate
background.
change,
The
like, it
old
could be
school,
colder-
the old school guy talking on the microphone, but like climate change. It was
Right,
kind
I mean,
of like.
But
yeah.
you understand, we're going to see violent ups and violent downs.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
change that we're going.
That's
to
why they
see,
changed it
is
from
both
global
directions.
warming. That's because the climate.
Well,
like,
who
yeah.
who even decided global warming? Wasn't that Al Gore?
I don't
Who
know,
Decided
so-
he could decide.
Yeah,
Because before
so,
him, people were calling it what it was. He came along and said, "This is catchy."
yeah, I guess, but I guess
People
yeah,
with their catchy phrases. Just
But that's
make it
all they are.
long-winded and annoying.
and
Bernie
and they're
Sanders
very
style.
misleading sometimes. Like
They can be. You can lie to people.
yeah, like the
You don't
Americans
think we
border
can fuck
bill,
this up?
the Americans border bill,
People
like
lost
yeah,
brain cells just because we used lead and
Ukraine's border.
gas. Yeah, we keep in mind how much lead Americans consumed for
Yeah.
several years.
We had lead
Like-
toys, man, and we're doing pretty good.
And Canadians, you're with
You know,
us. Think
So,
about how much lead our ancestors consumed.
we had lead paint, we had lead, and they all lived better than us. I'm pretty sure, right?
They did.
Like
You know,
less
quality of
cancers, less cancers,
ways
less
it's
this.
better.
Also, maybe that's good. Maybe we've been
But they had
wrong.
no cell phones,
Yeah.
right? No like social media, no like you're
No
bored, you wanna look at
Wi-Fi.
something. They had to like get a stick,
Yeah.
right? Do you want to go get a stick right now?
Wi-Fi, right? So
You go get a stick right now. You won't.
yeah. Oh,
You
sorry.
get a stick, I'll get a ball. We'll go fishing in a crocodile hall.
But yeah, okay. Well, I do think we should go to the last story here.
We have one more.
And you can
Hey,
finish
can I
it
do
up
that?
if you want.
Hey, we're finally leaving that one news segment. We're gonna do NBC to finish it off.
Um,
Man set himself on fire outside courthouse. Trump trial is being held. Appeared to happen in the designated protest area around the time that the. Sorry, I'm laughing that there's a designated protest area.
yeah.
It's time that the jury of 12 jurors and 6 alternates was fully impaneled. So that's a lot there because we haven't covered this. So I guess
No.
the Trump trial started. All the jurors are selected.
Yeah.
Those were both newses. We just decided not to cover.
Yeah, I cannot talk
But then
about
some
Trump so
dude
much.
went and set himself on fire, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, we kind of have to talk about it
Because
now.
we talked about that other dude who did it, right?
Yeah. Now, again, before we get to start, viewer discretion is advised. We here at Borderline Banter take suicide awareness seriously. If you need help, reach out to people. There are people out there to get there. Go to borderlinebanter.com. We actually have a page set up for phone numbers, for veterans, for LGBTQ, and for anybody who needs help. There's several different numbers for different situations. So.
Yeah, and we would much rather you go to any of those sources than go out there and do something like this. And like Jay's just said,
Yeah.
Donald Trump is not worth setting yourself on fire.
Nobody
I'll go further and say
nobody.
There's no
Nothing
person
is,
that's worth
nothing,
setting yourself
so.
on fire.
Yeah.
You know, even with the guy who did it in protest of what's going on in Gaza, I think there's better ways to get the message out. He chose that method. I wouldn't ever choose, and I would never suggest anybody.
Like it's a pretty. I guess I don't mean rude, but it's not smart. Like there's like I don't know.
Obviously, it is a historical way of doing protest and bringing attention to a topic in a very, very flashy way. But god damn, I don't have to like it.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, gameplay. Yeah. All right. Well. That's.
All right. And I don't know. This is.
We don't need to watch.
I was gonna say we don't really need to see the video because obviously.
I didn't see no video.
Okay, so warning: this article contains an image some may find.
So that is now right before the banter we did watch a video of the guy making a YouTube or TikTok video or something. What was he saying? Oh yeah, it was like we're gonna make a revolution or something. It's time for a revolution.
And that was a post he did right before going there.
Now you can see in his eyes that he's disturbed. He definitely needs help, and that's the thing. Like you can see it that he is struggling mentally. And now I did read more. It wasn't just Trump. It was a whole bunch of other stuff he was talking about. So, guy had some issues that he should have got help with, but he didn't. Can you bear with me for 1 second here?
Yeah, I'm just kind of pre-scrolling to look at still images to see stuff.
The cat was getting anything. Sorry, my bad. But yeah. So
this just kind of says what we already said. Man set himself on fire Friday outside the courthouse where President Donald Trump, former. They actually said former. Good. I like when they said former Donald Trump. Former Donald Trump.
Former Donald Trump. Former President Donald Trump, yeah. So.
Then I just go and just take a different word out. The man whom police identified as Maxwell Azzarello of St. Augustine, Florida man, was in the designated protest area outside.
Okay, so why did they... Oh, never mind. I was going to make a bad story. Like, why did they start it with Florida man? Because
because obviously what
happened that's why
a gator bit a man's hand off, which is hilarious. Florida man material,
or different Florida man stuff.
And you don't feel bad about that, Florida man. This is, I feel bad for this guy because he should have gone and found more help. Had somebody in his life to push him towards the different path. So at a press conference later, the chief of department for the New York Police Department. What a dumb title.
The
chief of department for the New York Police Department. ATM. Jeffrey Madry told reporters that Azzarello walked into the center of the park, shuffled around his clothes, opened a backpack, took out and threw numerous pamphlets on the ground. He then pulled out a canister, poured a liquid accelerant on himself, lit himself on fire, fell on a police barrier, and then fell to.
Yeah, that's.
So he didn't like shout or say anything.
No, he did. Apparently, he was super quiet. He didn't say a word. He just.
I do wonder what the pamphlets were.
Yeah, I'm sure there's one, but like, wouldn't they burn too? Unless he walked away from them.
Maybe, because I did hear the fire kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It appeared to happen around the time that the jury for Trump's trial was fully impaneled. 12 jurors and 6 alternatives selected to sit.
Yeah.
Expected to last 6 weeks, around 1:50 p.m. Eastern, just before the court took lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sad. Like it's
so. Azarello was taken to the burn unit. I guess you said
he's alive.
I was gonna say, like you said suicide above, but I wasn't sure.
Well,
whether or not he survived or not. No,
I was like, well, that's still
condition.
It's still something that that's I just brought it up, right? But no, he's still alive,
yeah, because obviously he had an intent, right?
Yeah,
you don't intend to survive it. But as of right now, he is still alive in critical condition at Will Cornell Medical Center.
Yeah, so
4 police officers and 1 court officer sustained minor injuries from dealing with the fire. Chief of Detectives Joseph Kinney said Azarello was born 1987, same year as me.
Sorry, like I'm just reading here because lots of stuff's coming out about Max. Apparently, he did sue the Clinton Foundation. So
this guy did?
Yeah. Yeah, just weird.
But,
so yeah,
I mean,
but I'm just checking to see if there's any information if he's still alive. So I think he still is. So
as of
right
because obviously this article
was a little earlier. Yeah,
was earlier today.
Yeah.
Family members were in contact. Police, family members, police contact with after that were unaware that Azarello was in New York, so his family didn't even know he was in that city. Kenny said Azarello's pamphlets seemed to be quote propaganda based about Ponzi schemes and conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, after that video we saw with them kind of looking really messed up, like I was thinking he's gone through some propaganda of some sort.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to be rude when I say that, but yeah, it looked like he was a cult member, honestly. Like the way he was acting, just like he was like, I don't know, like.
Police say they don't believe he was targeting any particular person or group.
No, he didn't hurt anybody. Which I don't want to harm yourself, but I'm tired of those people who are want to harm themselves, so they go and kill 20 people before they kill themselves.
So they sent out the bomb squad to search just in case no devices were found.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a good precaution because you just never know when somebody snaps and does something completely out of what was it?
Yeah, have his backpack. Yeah.
I think this picture is the one.
Okay, so viewer discretion is advised. We will. It is what it is. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't really see much.
But, it's really just showing us a fireball.
Yeah. Well, I guess he must have went out right away because I don't know.
The crazy thing is, I saw a clip of I think it was CNN covering it, and there was like a live play-by-play from the commentator, and she was just like describing it in such like a gruesome way. It was
weird,
like,
yeah.
Am I seeing CNN right now?
Yeah,
yeah. I was like weirded
CNN's
out.
Got to get new viewers, I guess. So
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So 3 law enforcement sources told NBC earlier that the man appears to have been a follower of some conspiracy theories and may have had emotional issues. He may have posted his intention to set himself on fire in advance. Said. That clip we saw didn't mention doing it.
I saw.
That's not to say there weren't others.
I forgot to tell you right before he got back there. I did see a letter apparently from him, but it wasn't confirmed. So I'm not going to say what it said because I cannot confirm it was him that put it up. But it had a whole bunch of stuff in it, but I cannot 100% say it.
Police did try to use a small fire extinguisher. Obviously, there's only so much a fire extinguisher.
Police use a large extinguisher to put the fire out. Wow. How long he was on fire.
The small style ones, the small fire extinguishers, I think go for literally 6 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, so it's just for a quick thing. Yeah. So.
Because I went through a fire safety course and got my fire extinguisher training, and it's crazy because that's the misnomer people have from watching movies. That they think that fire extinguishers go for a long time. They really don't.
So, yeah.
So you have to direct it and use it properly, or you will miss your window to stop a fire.
So
they gave us these cool training boards to do it on. And it would literally check where you were. And
That actually
how
happened to
close
me.
you were.
My house, when I was younger, my house started on fire, and my neighbor had a fire extinguisher, and he wouldn't give it to me, and he got stuck in his gate, and he wouldn't give me it, and I'm yelling at him. He only give it to me. He finally gets out of his gate, comes along, and I was like bleep 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 out. And I was so mad, and I knew it was the weirdest thing to be mad at the time, but I was so mad. I was like, you wasted all that time for nothing. But whatever. Let's talk about this gentleman here.
Yeah.
So.
Obviously, they were unsuccessful.
So.
Apparently, he tried to set up the police, then used a large extinguisher to put out the fire.
Yeah.
And I think those go for like 10 to 15
That's crazy, yeah.
in a much larger area. But yeah, probably a big part of why he's currently alive and in the hospital.
It's because of the
on hand and
cops, the
available.
police were there
Yep.
quick. So
Yeah.
no, I know people hate the
God,
police,
look how
but
many are in this photo.
if police, I know people hate the police, but if there wasn't for those police, he wouldn't have lived. So that is it. So
Yeah, and obviously at this point, the reason there's so many is
well, because it's protests
a
outside of
perimeter.
Trump. Yes,
Well,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like there's always gonna be
More than just that, but like it's
New York.
you're gonna have the paparazzi kind
Yeah.
of style thing where people are like, I want to get pictures, I want to get
Yeah.
the story, I gotta, so they gotta preserve the scene at least a little bit,
It's gonna be crazy 6 weeks.
as well as get the paramedics in and out. Paramedics attend to a
Yeah.
person. I guess I'm not sure where that's happening because there's so much in this
Yeah.
photo. Somewhere that's happened.
But
So a guy, 73-year-old man from the Upper West Side named Dave, watched it happen. Dave said the person threw up a bundle of pamphlets, picked them up, and threw them again. I heard this clattering. That's caught our attention. Then he pulled out a
he pulled it a can, yeah. That's it.
So yeah, I mean this guy obviously has firsthand witness of it, so that's gonna be tough to live with too. The people that had
Yeah.
like,
See, yeah, it's
front row
not
seats to this, they didn't ask
Yeah.
to be a part of it.
exactly,
or
and that's
protest.
some
you
people
know.
always say that's selfish, and it's not because this hurts people. People see this stuff and they gotta live with it, and
They're
living with
saying
something
he didn't
like
even
this
make a
isn't-
sound as he did it either. So weird. But they have to live with it.
Like he was on something, but we saw the video. He was clearly unstable. Like,
One of the extinguishers.
yeah, his backpack right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
super.
facing the court. Oh no, this person.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody yelled he's going to light himself on fire, so the other people nearby literally knew it was.
Yeah, well, you can
Yeah,
see
of
it.
course you do. Once you've done the dousing with the gas, like it's obvious.
Yeah,
Which fortunately gives people time to get out of the way. I see him dumping gasoline on
it
his
took
face.
place a
very
minute to
deliberately.
arrive. Sorry, but yeah. Wow.
That's about a minute. That's really fast.
yeah. Well, that's
But if
still,
they're also outside of a courthouse, I
Yeah.
kind of expect a good
but with
response.
fire extinguishers, they're on foot. They're not in their vehicle. They got to run and get the
Right. This
extinguisher,
is literally
right?
dudes coming out of the courthouse. Probably.
Yeah. So.
So yeah, that's all we have on it for now. I assume we'll
Yeah.
find out more.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they'll
Maybe.
talk too much more about this. They just give an update if he lived or not. I hope he does, and I hope he gets some help.
If he lives,
So.
will he give a statement? You know,
I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure there's gonna be some videos. Like, who knows? I'm sure there's gonna be some videos coming out. Maybe put some videos on timers so they get released after. Who knows, right? I'm sure
not
there's
that
gonna
his
be more.
reason or his rationale will make any sense, but people will
But-
always.
It's interesting to see what people are thinking. The human
More of a
mind
curiosity.
is pretty crazy, and to hear from other points of views is crazy as well.
Like I personally would like to hear him
Yeah.
say, in his words, why he did it, so that I could understand a crazy person a little bit more.
Well, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. We're also on YouTube, Facebook, and X. You can find that all at borderlinebanter.com. And also, if you ever want to join us, we always like to have a guest. I like to have a friend. Anybody who wants to chat to us, drop us a line. Just shoot us a message. It's also on borderlinebanter.com. And you can just shoot us email, put your name in, and we will get back to you. Sometimes the email might go to your junk, so keep an eye out.
Yeah.
And
You always gotta be careful for that. Even my important
Yeah.
stuff that I get goes to my junk. I just have to put it on all boxes.
we do talk about this every episode, but again, tonight we did go a little bit more depth into it. It's okay if you need help, reach out to people. 988 is a phone number. Lots of people out there who care and will talk to you, and they do care. Yeah. But I think that's everything. Do you have anything to say before we jet out here?
Just thanks everyone for being here. Happy Friday to everyone, and make sure to click some buttons on the YouTubes and click buttons on the Kick. I
Yeah.
like buttons.
And yeah, thank you very much. We will see you on Monday, and I'm gonna send you off to let's see who today. I just got this guy
have
called
no
Legacy
clue.
Mike. I think he was actually on the show once, but yeah, I'll see
It
you
has been a
soon.
while.
Yeah, and maybe he'll come join us for 100. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you on Monday. See you soon.